Machinex and Swindon Commercial Services partnered together to create a unique waste-to-fuel material preparation facility within the UK.
When we started the process, it was all about landfill avoidance. Landfill was getting more and more expensive. So what we did is we had a look what's out in the marketplace to see what we could do with the waste rather than sticking a hole in the ground. There was many different technologies that we looked at, including waste to energy. But we felt that was a step too far for us. So we decided that we could use the waste to make a fuel and then let somebody else worry about the actual technical side of incinerating or thermal treating the waste. We came up with a solution that we were happy with, and we bid that back to the council. The council were happy with the way that we presented and allowed us to then go forward on to the procurement of the technologies. And this is why we now have a waste to fuel plant, not a waste to energy plant. What the plant does, it gives us the ability to look to take 95% of the waste that's produced from the householder and turn it into a fuel, which again can be used in a power plant, which will supplement fossil fuels. So instead of using coal, you're using the waste that you're actually throwing away. So this has the added benefit of saving money for the councils in landfill tax, and also other companies if they decide to go down this line into treating their waste. The way we have the dryer is that it dries up to about 30% of the moisture out of the waste. Well, historically, that's landfilling water. And when you're paying up to £100 a tonne to landfill, that's unnecessary landfill because of the moisture.
The residual waste will go into a primary shredder to obtain a fraction of 300 millimeters or less. The fines particles, 30 millimeters minus of rich organic fraction, will be removed by a rotating trommel and sent to a dedicated bunker. Ferrous metals are sorted by a permanent magnet and sent to a dedicated bunker. Non-ferrous metals, such as aluminum, are ejected by an eddy current separator. The light fraction is pushed by the air of the separator and continues along on a conveyor. The heavy fraction falls down into a separate conveyor and is sent to a dedicated bunker. The light fraction from the heavy light separator goes to a secondary shredder to assure that the material complies with SRF RDF standards of 30 millimeters or less. The material obtained after the secondary shredder is called RDF, Refuse-derived fuel, which has a higher moisture content. Depending on the market's needs, the plant operator has the option to sell the RDF as it is or send it to the dryer to produce SRF. Dried SRF has about 20% moisture content. Because SRF standards require between 15 and 20% moisture content, the material will be dried in a rotating drum dryer that will also recover 70% of the initial air. The end products, SRF and RDF, are sent to a single ram baler to be baled and then wrapped.
We have a reversible conveyor which enables us, depending on the end user, whether or not we can send the fuel out loose as it's required within the UK, or we just turn it the other way straight to the baler and then it gets baled and wrapped, which is an added advantage to us and also means that we can play different markets and different fuel users' needs. We have weight scales over the plant which enables us to tell how much the throughput volume is, how much the daily totals are, and also how much per hour the plant's dealing with. And we can adjust accordingly to make sure that we are maximising the plant to its full potential. There is a full SCADA system on the plant which enables us to be able to run the plant efficiently. It tells us exactly if there's any warnings or if there's any maintenance needs. It comes up, it flashes up to the operator, and they can get the maintenance guys to react to minimise any potential downtime to the plant. It also allows Machinex to dial in, and they can get full readings of what's gone on with the plant, produce reports from over in Canada, and we're in Swindon, to enable them to assist us during any downtime. With the plant, being Swindon Commercial Services, we are wholly owned by Swindon Borough Council. So we have all the expertise and knowledge on how other councils work and how we work as a council ourselves. So we'll be able to take all of the learning that we've done with the plant, and if the plant being a direct lift model, we could then go in and help other councils achieve the goal of reducing landfill and actually making a product from their waste. Okay, we had to go through a European procurement programme, also known as OG. Machinex were successful in that. They delivered us a solution that fitted our needs but was also within budget. They've been a great partner to work with, and we wouldn't hesitate to use them in the future. What we have to remember is that we're making a product, and Machinex have been key in helping us to achieve that goal.